He was even kind to a fool like me. I'll never forget that.
Good. Love wins. That's what it's about. Love wins. Oh. Hi, Will. That was really cool. That scene with Grandma is really cool.
Grandma is from a different generation. She loves me, I know that. She just expresses herself really badly sometimes.
Yeah.
She's trying hard, though. I should call her later.
My mom was definitely like that as well. Cereos. Cute. Cereos. Where's the blue? Oh, milk.
She kept on telling me what a real man should be like.
Yeah, that's what I've been told.
Me. But I think I'm okay. I'm the man I grew up to be. And now I'm thinking about marrying Harry.
He's just wild about Harry, and Harry's wild about me. I had to do it. It was right there. And now I can't go to the bathroom. Oh no. No. No, I've been holding on to it since I went to bed hours ago. No. Will's a cutie pie.
But Harry just wants this normal life. These patterns.
Will sounds a lot like Liam from Mass Effect Andromeda. I don't think it's the same voice actor. You know what it is? I feel like all British people sound the same to me. I'm sorry. I like you. It's because I just like your accent. The accent just sounds so similar to when everyone speaks it. Are you gonna wash the dishes? Okay.
He built this life for us. I went off and traveled, and he made all this happen. I guess I better get a move on.
Go to the bathroom. Yes. Go to the bathroom. Wow, you really don't have to go to use the toilet yet? All right, take a shower
Love is a
first.
strange thing. Totally personal, but shared by
Will.
everyone too.
Hi, Will.
I remember I loved Sarah when I was with her at uni. Love ends. All these little things, just meaningless stuff every day, whittling away at how we feel. I don't deserve Harry.
Oh, are we gonna learn about Harry now? That'd be cool.
It was the first day at university.
Oh, it's Sharon.
My parents drove me up to the student village. The back of the car was stuffed with everything that I owned.
Wow, I think that's Sharon. I mean, not Sharon. Sarah? Sarah, his girlfriend?
I've no idea how well I did at pretending to look confident. If anyone else noticed, they didn't say. They were probably doing it too.
Finding things out from her point of view must be really interesting, because if she was dating Will, and then Will ended up coming out and said, I'm sorry, you know, I'm actually not interested in women, I'm interested in boys. You know, the whole, it's not me, it's not you, it's me kind of thing, which it's true. It's not her, it's him. This must be really interesting, because I can't imagine what that would feel like to be invested in someone, maybe even fall in love with them, and find out that they are not sexually compatible with you, um, or the right orientation for you, I guess.
Paul always liked Will. I doubt my biological dad would have.
Her biological.
It
Oh,
seemed
she's
like I had an
adopted.
enormous amount of stuff. I went inside first. I had a room to myself in a shared house, and we already had the keys. I don't remember where we got them from. Mum or Paul must have picked them up from the admin person, I guess. Walking into my dorm room for the first time, I kind of remember how it felt for me. I never thought back then how it would have felt for Mum and Paul. Soon they were going to drive away and go home to an empty house. Just a few more boxes, and their kid wouldn't be living with them anymore.
Yeah. She's pretty, though. Sarah's very pretty. I like her style. Excuse me, sir, moving person.
I was floating through unpacking, thinking about that space upstairs. My room had probably the cheapest carpet in the world. It was awful. They might as well have painted concrete, but it was my room and amazing.
Oh, she went back up there. Okay.
Do you
Moving her
remember the
box.
first time you had a place to yourself? To be able to lock the door and really tell everyone to stay away, or to ask someone in?
That actually was a very cool feeling when it first happened.
I think we all
It
must feel
really
the same.
was. I felt some freedom. I remember that now. I never really thought much about it until you mentioned it,
Having
though.
a room and being 18? Yes, of
Yeah.
course I was thinking about dating. I guess everyone was.
Like the cute gay boy. Of course.
I felt average, but I wasn't. None of us are, really.
Not really, no. Some people really would love to be average, though. We're just gonna keep moving things. Alright.
Wait,
just
no,
as tiring.
cute is the right word. I wasn't really thinking about sexy back then. I felt so adult, but I had so much growing up to do.
So much growing up to do. Sarah, what are you looking at? Oh,
It's funny to think back, like this, now.
it's Will. I think. Is it Will? Yeah, that's Will. Are we gonna end up in Christmas? That would be kind of cool if like things intersected and we ended up at the Christmas table. I wonder if we're also gonna meet Harry. That's gotta be awkward later on too. Oh,
Will
we're
must have
going
been in the
clubbing.
lectures over the first few weeks, but I didn't notice him, if I'm honest. I was so busy with everything and just learning how to live, do laundry, cook every day, that kind of thing. I next remember seeing Will through the window of the Union Bar. I remembered he'd looked back at me on that first day, and it made me smile.
Oh, that's sweet.
The music scene was good back then. Blur, Pulp, Elastica, Thingy, Suede. All those bands were great. Not that the Union played them much. It was more dancey in there. As much as it was tacky in there, I miss it too. It was crowded, hard to talk, and the floor was sticky from spilled Alka-Pops, but it was fun.
Alka-Pops? Scusi.
After I'd seen him at the window, I wanted to talk to him. Maybe more. I pretty much went on the hunt.
Hunting for the really cute boys. Out of my way. I'm off to see the cute hunk.
Not so tall and the lights are low. Spotting Will in the crowd was hard. It had only been a few weeks, but I felt like a new woman already. Or I was on my way, at least. I know it sounds weird, but I always felt that Will was a good person. The kind of person I wanted to be around. It was true, too.
That's good. Who am I clicking? Oh, there he is.
Considering it was the first thing I ever said to him...
Hey, it's Harry.
It's funny that I have no idea what the conversation was about that I butted into. I think I was pretty obvious in my intentions.
Oh.
We had a few drinks and tried to talk over the music before I pulled him outside.
Oh, okay. I like how aggressive she is, though. Good on her. The guy doesn't always have to make the first move. The unfortunate thing is when girls tend to make the first move, that normally doesn't put them in a good light, which I find really disappointing.
The rush of anticipation. I was getting that so much.
I feel like society needs to get better used to girls taking the lead.
The cold
asking
night air
guys
hit me,
out.
and I felt a little dizzy.
Because it's kind of unfortunate that, you know, when guys make the first move, people don't think much of it. When girls make a first move, then people tend to have, you know, certain assumptions about them, which are not really true most of the time, more often than not. But good on her. I'm just kind of sad that it didn't quite work out, like in the end.
And that was when he first kissed me.
Oh wow, just met and then wow, well. And then things eventually go downhill, which is the unfortunate thing. See, this is the part that I don't really understand or can relate to, because I was never interested in dating girls. I never had any desire to kiss them or trying to kiss. I never even had a desire to experiment with girls. It just wasn't a thing that I just never wanted to do it. And but I know a lot of guys who eventually realize that they're gay, try dating girls just to see what it's like, and I just never had that. That was never. I knew that dating women was just not an option for me. I didn't have to try dating women to know for sure, much less than a lot of you out there who are straight, I guess, didn't have to try dating people of the same gender to realize whether you're actually straight or not.
We went to the cinema for our first proper date.
What did you see? What did you watch? I hate sitting all the way up at the front. Oh, of course we're gonna sit in the back so they can all, like, you know, make out and stuff. So I'm gonna put them in the middle.
We had seats in the middle of the cinema. It didn't help my nerves much having everyone nearby.
Maybe this will make it easier for them when they finally break up. Oh. What movie are we watching? I'm so watching from the middle aisle. Okay.
We both fidgeted, trying to work out how to start.
How to start? How to start what? What are you trying to start?
When I went
Not
to
from
hold his
the-
hand, he moved his away. But I think that was by accident.
Oh.
I kept looking sideways to see if he was looking at me. I tried not to move my head too much in case he wasn't looking and noticed that I was.
This is awkward.
I shifted
Her
in my
leg.
seat a bit, letting my leg touch his.
Oh, wow.
I was so smooth.
I really love how much this girl is trying really hard to make the first move. Good on her.
The film had that guy in it who always acts crazy but then does lots of action kick-ass stuff. We weren't really paying attention, I think.
Maybe you weren't. I feel like Will was.
It was like everything else faded out. I finally made an actual move and put my hand on his leg. I felt so relieved when he smiled at me.
That doesn't look like much of a smile,
He
Will.
put his hand on the side of my face, just gently on the skin, turning me to face him. He closed his eyes and kissed me, placing his lips softly onto mine.
Very sweet.
We locked our fingers together and watched the rest of the film. We didn't let go until ages after we left the cinema. Did you ever fall in love so hard and so much you just knew it would have to end? It was my first time, but even back then, I think I knew deep down that's what it was.
Huh.
Will always gave the impression of confidence, like he always had a grand plan. I wish I knew if he saw that end coming too, like I felt it was. I don't know if that would have made how it went any easier.
That does make it so sad and tragic. Because I don't think Will wanted to hurt Sarah when he ultimately, told her that he can't do it anymore. It's not for him.
I'd been putting off unpacking all of my boxes, but the next day I finally got round to it. I got out the essentials, of course, but I hadn't felt very motivated to do the rest. I'd packed loads of my old books. Nothing really related to uni, I just liked having them nearby.
I like the bunny rabbit. I want to unpack the bunny rabbit.
When I was born, someone from my mum's work gave me a toy bunny. I know it's silly, but it makes me happy.
I want it on my desk.
My mum and biological dad split when I was 6. It was rough for a bit, but Mum, me and my brother Andy pretty quickly were happier for it. My bunny makes me think of those good times.
Aww, that's so sweet.
I hung up a tasseled cloth scarf that was my mum's. She's a bit of a hippie.
Where should we put it? Let's put it up here.
Will was going to come over later that week, so I unpacked the candles my mum had given me. I wonder if she suspected I'd fall for someone. She's a bit canny
put 'em
like
up.
that.
Let's put them on the
I
window.
was falling for him too. Is it weird to tell you this?
There we go. I like we can decide how we decorate our room. That's cute.
I kept on changing my mind.
Put it here.
It shouldn't have mattered so much, but I wanted the place to look nice. It's weird how long you think about such small things. The little choices are important. I guess it didn't make any difference really, but I was happy when I was sure I'd got it right. I wanted to feel comfortable when Will came over. Will and
Whoa,
I,
bed.
it felt like a Romeo and Juliet kind of thing. and just as likely to burn us both as to make us happy. But what a lovely way to burn.
What a lovely way to burn. Oh, Christmas.
That Christmas, I met Will's family. We'd been together for 4 months. Do you remember me there? I was so worried I was going to say something and embarrass myself. I was much more shy back then, and I was really in love with Will, and I wanted to make sure I didn't mess anything up. I kept on wanting to touch him. There was this really good chemistry with him, but with family around, it didn't seem right. I remember he lightly touched the back of my neck as he poured me some wine, and it sent tingles into my stomach.
Wow. Wow. She had it bad for
The
him.
meal went well, I think.
There's Will. Cutting the turkey, or chicken, turkey. It's cool that the stories are overlapping like this. So I guess when we get to Harry's, I'm assuming Harry is the next one, or we'll get to Harry at some point, that we'll have that scene where we first
You only
kiss.
get to make one first impression, so I probably should have worn something else. I felt quite self-conscious.
Oh, you look great. You look great,
I
Sarah.
loved him so much. But that feeling I had wouldn't go away, that it was all going to end. That Christmas day, though, I felt like we had a chance.
I don't think his grandma cared what you were wearing. Just the fact that you happen to have 2 X chromosomes. So you could wear whatever you want as long as there's that. Oh.
Things were going well,
Well.
but over the months, I felt the relationship changing.
Really?
As the months went by, we went out less. We had a few friends that we'd go out for drinks with, and Harry, but Will and me spent most of our time together.
And Harry.
Those memories will always be a warm place for me. We were all, Will, Harry and me, studying on the same English degree. There was a spark between Will and Harry, that much was obvious. I know some people would feel jealous, but I don't know. Being around Harry made Will happy.
Yeah. That's very adult of you.
I'll never forget that time. Seeing their friendship grow. We would cuddle up in bed and watch TV or movies. Coronation Street had a transgender character. It wasn't something I'd thought much about before. I'm straight and hadn't really thought about my sexuality. It was just what I was. Will was just who he was too. It's funny to tell you this now, but I was never jealous of Harry. You'd think I would be, but I loved Will so much. I just wanted him to be happy.
That is really, really mature of you, Sarah. Good for you.
I think we both could feel that an end was going to be inevitable. But we still were in love. Though sometimes lonely, in a weird way. Feeling like the only people in the world. You cherish the other person, but you long for another life too. Maybe I didn't mind Will getting closer to Harry because it felt like our own love was too much for 2 people.
That's a really interesting way of looking at
We
it.
often put on music to fall asleep to. Will had a CD recording of a thunderstorm. The sound of the rain was relaxing, but there were a couple of bits of thunder that would make me jump. We listened to a lot of Portishead. Even now when I listen to them, I remember being back in that room, in his arms. It might seem odd to you, but it was my suggestion. I told Will to ask out Harry. I loved him. I knew it would make us all happy for Will to have Harry in his life. It was something he needed to do.
Oh, wow. So she knew. She found out. She knew. That is really interesting. I did not see that coming. She realized for herself that Will belonged to Harry. And that is so... Wow. That's amazing, Sarah.
Helping a person find their true love, that's an honor. It's a kind of magic right there. For a long time, though, I wish that true love had been me.
Oh. Yeah, I know, Sarah. I know. Oh. Oh.
Let me paint a picture for you of the end. Will had been seeing both me and Harry at the same time for about 6 months.
Oh.
I can see you think that sounds weird, but it really wasn't. We were all open, safe, and honest about it.
Interesting. I didn't realize that we were going to go into polyamory in this
It was
game.
October, and we met in the basement of the Royal Oak. Smoking was still allowed in pubs, and the faint smell clung to everything.
I did not think that we would be getting into polyamory in this game, but wow, okay, sure.
The seats were covered
Interesting.
with tapestry fabric that was worn and faded.
I mean, as long as all adults are consensual, I mean, whatever makes you happy, as long as everybody's on the same page and consensual about it.
The basement was crowded with heavy oak furniture, with the wood grain sealed away under layers of old varnish. I knew what I was going to say to Will. Before I went to university, a friend asked me what love is. I told her that love was being able to tell a person that you never wanted to see them again. Even though it broke your heart to do it, you would tell them to leave you because it was right.
That is love. Wow.
I was quite happy with that answer. Like love was something from a Shakespearean tragedy.
Hopefully not all the time. Love doesn't always have to be like a Shakespearean tragedy.
I don't know why they asked me. I'd never been in love when I said that.
There they are.
I didn't think I'd have to do it myself one day. I didn't expect to be right.
Oh, here we go.
We need to talk.
Oh?
This needs to change.
You mean us?
I feel like I'm getting in your way.
You're not. This is good.
Sure, but I don't know if it's good for you.
I'd like to be the one making that choice.
I'm happy with you. I love you, but this isn't about me.
I love you
Wow.
too. I want to be with you.
I know. But that doesn't mean you should be.
Is this it?
Wow.
Can I do anything differently?
I did not think that she would be the one breaking up with him. Wow.
No, you've not done anything wrong.
I don't want this.
Now, to be fair, if he doesn't really want this, then I don't think that Sarah should be making the decision for him. I think that's a little insensitive. I think that, you know, he's an adult and she can suggest it. But I think ultimately Will should have been given the chance to decide for himself if he wants to continue this relationship, and not have Sarah decide for him, because she doesn't really deep down inside truly know what he's feeling and how he's feeling it. She might think she does, but I think that this is something for Will to make, not for her. But
Me either. But it's right.
I love you.
I love you too.
This story I did not expect to go in this
I was
direction.
so in love. I can't tell you how much it hurt to let him go.
Wow.
I never forgot him.
Wow, I did not expect her to be the one to break it off.
I
And
never
he
stopped
seemed to
loving him. Love doesn't just stop. It's not like a room you just walk out of. Our love, the warmth of it, became a memory I cherish.
See, this is what makes me
I've never
angry.
loved anyone like that again.
It seemed like they didn't really have to break up. I might be naive. Like, it didn't seem like they had to break up. If he really loved her and wanted her to be his girlfriend along with Harry, I don't know. I just felt like it seemed to be working. But maybe the point is Sarah didn't feel like it was working for her. But it didn't. She wasn't talking like she did. It still seemed like it was working, and she felt like it wasn't working, but it wasn't necessarily from her end, it was from his end. It was less. It'd be one thing if I heard her actually say it wasn't working for her. She kept saying it wasn't working for Will, but it felt like she was making that decision for him. So I think that Sarah was a bit wrong of putting him on the spot and deciding for him that they were going to break up, when she clearly still loved him, and he clearly seemed to still love her. And Harry.
It took me 2 years to get over Will.
Wow. Maybe you guys should not have broken up.
I saw him
I'm just
falling
thinking.
deeper and deeper in love with Harry.
That must have hurt really much.
Maybe
really hard.
we all could have kept on dating together the way we were. I didn't think of that as an option at the time.
But I did, Sarah. I think you missed the boat. In my opinion, I think you missed the boat.
I threw myself into my studies to try to forget. I graduated with first-class honours, so I guess it worked out well.
Well, good.
I still
good
have
for
that
you.
love with me, and the loneliness passed eventually. I started a date, and in the end, I fell in love again.
Well, I'm glad to hear
A
that.
different kind of love, but wonderful too. But I don't think two loves are ever the same. That's the way it's supposed to be, I think.
I like that. I don't think two loves are ever supposed to be the same. And that's not a bad thing. Oh, I think that's Will and Harry out there. I like that, because you can fall in love again. You can fall in love again.
The way I loved Will and he loved me was something special. Not forever, but perfect anyway.
This is so sweet. I am amazed by how sweet this whole story is. And tragic. So tragic. Oh, is this when she found out about... Oh.